toy piano. It's a wonderful educational tool. In fact, Schoenhut toy pianos are intentionally made such that the keys are the same width as a real toy piano. You'd think that a toy piano would just have stubby little keys, which many of these do. These novelty toy pianos, I would call them, have stubby little keys. But, like the instrument that Samara brought with her today, if you played a fourth or a fifth or an octave on this instrument and then went to a Bösendorfer at a grand hall somewhere, it would be the same width. So it's worth having a toy piano and practicing on it because it has applications elsewhere. And you know what's wonderful about the toy piano is that so many musicians are now using it in more serious settings. This is how we always start the show. I keep remembering to not forget this. I can't always find this particular toy piano, but this is one of the first toy pianos I ever bought for our festival, and I only had to pay $7.99 for it. So I do want to perform on this right now, but it doesn't have any legs, so I need a volunteer to hold it for me. Is there someone? Oh, I'm so grateful! I see a hand right there. Could you join me from the stairs? That piece sounds a little more raggedy every year as that piano starts to deteriorate, but I'm sure that's intentional. I'm sure it is. So the first performers today, I'm so grateful that they're here. It's Kenneth Herman and Barbara Scheidker. A round of applause as they come up to the stage and get ready. You probably know Ken Herman from his glory days as a music director at the Unitarian Universalist Church. Yes. He's been promoted. He's doing other things now. He writes for SanDiegoStory.com. Wonderful music articles, arts articles. And then Barbara Scheidker has a very active piano studio, Barbara Scheidker Studio. It's entitled to be titled that. And they're going to play some wonderful pieces from Amy Beach. And I think Ken has a special announcement about it. Oh, and by the way, the nickname of this duo, unofficial, Barbie and Ken. Barbie and Ken. And yes, Barbara is wearing special ears because of the title of the piece they're about to play.
Those are her normal ears.
I stand corrected.
The Amy Marcy Cheney Beach suite from which this music has been arranged is called Summer Dreams. And the first piece we're playing is called Elfin Tarantella. And Amy prefaced this piece with a quote from Shakespeare. So I address you all. Fairies, black, gray, brown, and white. You moonshine revelers and shades of night.
Our second one is the brownies. Our second, hello? Test, test. Our second and final piece is the brownies. Through the house give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. Also Shakespeare.
Thank you, Ken and Barbie. Kenneth Herman and Barbara Scheidker. Thank you. So Christian Hertzog is up next. And Chris, how about a round of applause for Chris, as you can see him approach the stage. Chris is a music critic at San Diego Union Tribune, and he catalogs music at the UC San Diego Library.
I will be playing 3 pieces by Vladimir Rebikov. With a name like that, you can tell he was a Russian composer. His dates are born in 1866, died in 1920. He started off writing pieces that were very influenced by Tchaikovsky, and an interesting thing happened in the late 19th century is he became very, very influenced by the harmonic innovations coming out of French music, particularly Claude Debussy. And, he's not as good of a composer as Debussy, and actually, in 1920, he died a very, very bitter man because he used some advanced harmonic things, but he was convinced that Debussy and Stravinsky and Scriabin had stolen his harmonic innovations, and he got no credit whatsoever. But he is best remembered today as the composer of charming children's pieces for piano, and I'll be playing 3 of those from his suite, Silhouettes. And when I say children's pieces for piano, these weren't meant for children to play, but they're more in the spirit of composers like Robert Schumann and Debussy himself, who wrote very advanced or intermediate or advanced pieces that were intended to depict children's state of minds, and they were short pieces and intended to entertain children. So I will be playing 3 pieces from Silhouette, and the titles explain what's going on. The first is Shepherd playing on his flute, and the second one is Little Girl rocking her dolly, and the third is Strolling Musicians. And in the old dishonorable tradition of trying to do as little work as possible and get paid, you'll notice that the strolling musicians only know one song.
bravo, Chris, bravo, thank you. Wonderful job, Christian Hertzog. One more round of applause for Christian Hertzog. Our next guest on the stage is all the way in the back row, Sarah Amos. Come on up, Sarah Amos. A round of applause. Keep the applause going until she gets onto the stage. This is not television, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep applauding. This is what polite audience does. More applause for Sarah Amos. More. She's not here yet. Keep going. You know what to do. Sarah went to the University of Western Michigan University, in fact. That was for her undergrad, and her graduate was at the University of Missouri. And she is the church organist in Encinitas area at the San Dieguito United Methodist. A round of applause for Sarah. Oh, and you should tell the people what you're playing.
Thank you, everyone. The first piece that I'll play is Handel's Saraband in D minor with 2 variations. You'll hear that this organ functions the same way as an accordion. In fact, it sounds really similar to an accordion. I'll be pumping the bellows with these 2 pedals, and I have to pump pretty quickly because they're very shallow. So this is actually a very physically exerting instrument to play. This is the Saraband with 2 variations.
That was lovely, Sarah. Oh, she has more, too. Sarah has more. And she's got 2 more pieces she wants to play for you. And I meant to tell you also, maybe you recognize Sarah. She accompanies just about every single chorus and choir at San Diego State University. And she accompanies the La Jolla Symphony Chorus at UC San Diego. So maybe you recognize. Does anyone recognize Sarah? Well, surely, from now on, you'll know exactly who she is. Surely. What's your next piece?
I'll be playing two pieces from Robert Schumann's Album for the Young. The first is a chorale, and the second is the Merry Farmer.
Brava, Sarah Amos. Sarah, thank you. So before I bring up Samara Rice, I just want to play one quick thing using the audience. Can you snap your fingers? What does that sound like? You're very good at it. Very good. And those of you who maybe aren't good at it, you can be honest with yourselves, and maybe you can just pat your knees. What does that sound like? It sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so you keep practicing. I'm just going to grab the instrument I want to use. When I need you, I will gesture. For instance, let's say I need you now. Go. But then you're done. But then I need you. But then you're done. Thank you. I'll tell you when I need you. Sue, you're doing a very long one. This is your longest one. You'll stop when I play one more note, but it's just your long one. You're going to stop at yours, this is your long one. You'll soon stop. If you hear a note, you're going to stop. But keep going! Louder! Crescendo! Bravo! Well done, well done. So now it is time to bring up Samara Rice. Samara, please join me. Samara is an alumna of UC San Diego who worked a lot with toy piano when she was an undergrad, and we're so glad that she still is able to come down to see us. You live in
Orange County.
in glamorous Orange County, and Samara has her own music studio that is entitled to be titled SamaraRice.com.
I have that in SamaraRiceMusic.com too.
You know, and she also has SamaraRice.music. How many dots?
Just one at the end.
One of the ends, SamaraRiceMusic.com. And you should look into it because it's online music classes, and hey, we could all use a little help. So grateful that you're here, Samara. And you have such a beautiful operatic voice, and she won't be singing today. But do you need a microphone? Can you tell us what you're playing today?
Talk loud. Well, first off, I just want to say thank you so much to Scott and the UCSD Library and the Central Library for having this wonderful event. I feel like we need another round of
Our
applause.
pleasure. Our pleasure.
So today I'm going to be playing a piece I composed. It's called Toy Piano Concerto Number 1 in F minor-ish. The F minor-ish because the toy piano's intonation, you know, is a little unspecified. I'm only going to be playing the first portion of this piece. It was originally premiered in 2019 for toy piano and laptop ensemble. But today it's just the toy piano version.
And not the finale yet, but Alex Segal is here. Alex, please join us.
So I'm so thrilled that Scott puts on this this festival every year because the toy piano it just speaks to me, and I could tell you about it, but I'd rather sing to you about it. Oh, well, I got a little hobby some just don't understand, though, but my favorite thing to do is to play the toy piano. I take it with me everywhere that I go, my toy piano. Playing toy piano isn't merely an antic, but here beside this instrument I seem quite gigantic. It's not furniture, it's made for on the go, my toy piano. The harmonies charming me, the melodies telling me this musical cash register is putting its spell on me. M-Y-T-O-Y-P-I-A-N-O, my toy piano. 2 feet high, 3 octaves wide. I never let my toy piano out of reach. It's always right here by my side. I can take it to the park or the mall or the beach. Think of all the musical boundaries will shatter. Who knew tinkling the ivories could make such a clatter? It makes me even higher than my falsetto, my toy piano. Get to the show, I gotta play the recital. I just rode my toy piano on my motorcycle. You got a 9-foot grand and gotta leave it at home. I can take this baby with me wherever I roam. You hear how I play and you see how I work it. I've been hitting all the hot spots on the toy piano circuit. My obsession even brings me down to San Diego with my toy piano. My toy piano. My toy piano. My toy piano. Sing it with me. My toy piano. I can't hear you. My toy piano. One more time. My toy piano. My toy piano.
Bravo, Alex, bravo. Stay on stage. You should stay on stage, Alex, because there is one more song, and Samara's going to join him. Samara. And yes, everybody, it's finally the finale. This is the finale. Although after the song, join us on stage. You can talk to musicians. We've all had our vaccinations, etc. And you can play on some of the toy pianos. The fun part is, very few of the notes on these toy pianos actually work. So in a way, it's a party game. Which notes do work on some of these toy pianos? I guess you'll find out soon when you join us up here on stage. And I'll be glad to also take some of your names and turn them into musical motifs on these little bookmarks where we can take your name and use some of the codings, whether it's A, B, C, D, F, G, or Do, Di, Re, Re, Mi, Fa, Fi, you know, all kinds of codings, and we'll do that too. But in the meantime, this is the official finale, and it's a duo featuring Samara Rice and Alex Segal. Alex is playing the melodica. Isn't it beautiful? It's made out of mother of toilet seat. Very rare.